War jingle! Happy time has just begun. Brother, sister, smart, dumb, fun. Yeah!
Your mic is on. There you go.
Hi, it's on now.
It is.
And you look so different than you did, like, last year.
I do, don't I?
Yes, because as you know, it's a whole new year.
Exactly.
Happy New Year. That's right. If Anna and I look different, it's because it's 2026 now instead of 2025. And the last time we saw everybody, it was 2025, so everything's different now. Huzzah.
It's the future.
Look there's a giant black kitty in the picture with Anne.
Yeah, he keeps scratching me and he's like, come on, pet me, pet me, pet me. You're not doing anything. Pet me, pet me, pet me. Pet my belly.
He has that look on his face that says, I hate you. Don't stop petting me.
Exactly.
Yeah. How I hate you. Please don't stop doing that because I love it
Exactly.
so much. So.
Did he run away? No.
No. Did he try to run away? No. He made no attempt whatsoever to make that horrible thing stop. So
No.
yeah. Yeah, so here we are. Here we are on a Sunday. It's January 4th, 2026. And apparently same shit, different year is how we're starting off,
Yeah.
We don't really talk politics here, but it's kind of hard to avoid the elephant in the world right now. Yeah. Yeah. So anyway, yeah, that's what I'm talking
Exactly.
about. So yeah. Yeah. So yeah.
Exactly.
So yes. And did you have a happy new year?
Yeah, it was nice. It was nice. We were supposed to have like a number of people over, but some people couldn't come because of the weather, and some people couldn't come because they were sick. So we ended up taking some of our party food, pigs in a blanket, over to our neighbors across the road who were going to come. We're like, hey, why don't we just come to your house? And so we ate food there and enjoyed their fire. Watched a little bit of Duck Soup, which is a Marx Brothers movie. Weird, Jenny. It was weird.
Yeah.
And then we were in bed before 10. It was amazing.
Nice. I love it. Hey, do me a favor, Ann Brothers. Do you have a speaker that you can turn the volume down a little bit on your speaker?
Sure. Let's try this. Does that help?
Yeah, that helps. Only because I keep hearing myself in your speaker and nobody wants to hear me twice. So,
Okay. How's that? Is that better?
Yeah, can you still hear me?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can. Yay.
Well,
Okay, good.
perfect.
Yeah, Duck Soup. Yeah, that's like Joe and I have had many discussions about what's considered good in terms of like movies from the past. And, stuff doesn't age well sometimes. And some movies age really well. For instance, The Sound of Music has aged beautifully over the years. Don't say anything, Anne. Not a word. Not a word.
I was going to say Aliens.
Nothing. Aliens, okay. Aliens it's still amazing. Yes, Alien and Aliens both have aged extremely well. But things like that haven't. They just don't work for whatever reason in this day and age. And
It's
I
so
think
funny because a lot of the comedy they did was like new at the time, but so many people have copied them. You're like, oh, this is kind of redundant and repetitive, and has this been done before? I'm like, yeah, they did it the first time, and then everybody copied it. So
correct.
Because
that is
for
correct.
1933, it was high fucking hilarious. So
love that.
Depression.
Yeah. So yeah, because we were supposed to go over to your house, and we were one of the people that were kept home by the weather. And the weather has been really wintry. I mean, like we had this little fun stretch of warm temperatures. Like at Christmas, it was like 55 degrees, and it might have been actually 60 degrees that weekend. And then right after Christmas, the bottom dropped out, and it's been snowy, and it's basically snowed every day here since Christmas. And Joe and I went to Chicago this weekend, which was really nice because we got on the other side of the lake and we got to see the sun for like a whole afternoon. Oh my God, it was so great.
That's amazing, Jenny. I love that story.
It was, of all the fun things to do and see in Chicago, my favorite was seeing the sun and then walking in the sun. Like, look at me walking in the sun.
Getting vitamin D.
Getting vitamin D. I know. I've got my winter skin on right now, which is so white. Yeah.
Mhm.
So it looks like people ask me all the time if I'm okay. I'm like, yeah, I'm just from Michigan.
Yeah.
That's that. It's like that line from Shug and the Bear, where she's like, yeah, sometimes I just look like February, and I'm like, it's the best line in that whole series.
Yep, that's exactly. Sometimes I just look like February, usually all winter.
Yeah, I pretty much look like February already, and it's
Mhm.
January 4th. So
Yeah.
there you go. Yeah, so it was, like I said, a really fun New Year's. We were supposed to go to your house, which means we didn't, which means I did basically nothing. I
Mhm.
was in bed by, I don't know, 9. And then woken up by all the shooting at midnight because if you live in Northside in Kalamazoo, it means there will be shooting at midnight, and there was a lot of shooting. So,
Yeah.
Mom and Dad kept saying that they couldn't hear it. For those of you that don't know, my parents live here in the house with me, and they said they couldn't hear it. I'm like, well, it wasn't that bad at all. I'm like, well, A, you guys live in the front side of the house, and the shooting's always kind of towards the back of us, kind of west of us. And B, neither of you can hear.
Exactly.
So,
Both of you, one of you has hearing aids and the other one really needs them.
yeah. So I wasn't going to say anything, but
Right.
I
Because
did.
they get
So.
really cranky when you point out that they have old people
I
problems.
know, I know. So anyway, I did hear the gunfire, and it was pretty good. We had some cherry bombs going off, we had some M80s going off, we had automatic fire, we had regular guns, we had pretty much everything you would expect from Northside. I kind of felt like I should go out there to join in the party, but I didn't want to get shot, so I didn't go
Yeah.
out. So
Plus, Jenny, bullets are expensive.
they are very expensive.
Mhm.
And it was pretty cold. It was actually really cold New Year's Eve night. So it only lasted about 40 minutes and then it was over. So, you know,
It was cold
it,
and it was very windy.
yeah, yeah. So that was our New Year. So yeah. Anyway, yeah, here we are on the very first Sunday of the year. And we're just gonna ask a bunch of questions to each other. Yeah, we're gonna do our 10 questions. It's been 2025 was a year.
Mhm.
We talked about that. We talked about the things that went well for us. And we talked a little bit about the fun stuff we're going to be doing here in the month of January and ahead, just in 2026 in general. But we thought we'd start off with, for those of you that might just be finding us for the first time, kind of these are our little get to know us sessions for each other, and also for you guys to get to know us. So
Mhm.
I'm going to go ahead and add this to the stage. There we are.
Oh,
And you want to open it up for us?
sure. I'd be happy
Yes.
to, Jenny
This
Brothers.
this is the official welcome of the Brother Sisters. Here we go.
Welcome or welcome back. Welcome to 2026, ladies and gentlemen. We are Ann and Janice Brothers. We're sisters. Our last name is Brothers. New year, same gimmick. There you go.
Wow. Yep.
We're in our 50s. We are Generation X, which means we remember what it was like to be unreachable.
Mm.
Man, that was freedom. And I got away with so much stuff because my parents couldn't track my phone and or car.
Yeah, there were no apps so that parents could keep track of their children.
Mhm.
Um nor do I think our parents wanted anything like that. It was plausible deniability on their end. So
Exactly. 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 We did our best. If they screwed up, it wasn't their fault.
correct. That is
Yeah.
100% true. So
Mhm.
I love that.
So anyway, we talk about smart stuff, fun stuff, dumb stuff, or any combination of the three. We are not cool, hip, or sexy, and we know this because we haven't had any cosmetic work.
Oh,
No Botox, no stretching. We are au naturel. So, but not
yes.
natural. Like there's this thing in beauty where you're supposed to look natural, but you're actually not natural. You have a ton of makeup on and you've had a lot of work done, but it looks like you don't have any makeup on. We're not even that. We're just this. So not cool, not hip, not
And
sexy.
do, do you think if we had money we would do that?
Uh,
You know,
no,
I'm gonna
I
say
don't think
no because I
so.
don't like going to the doctor for any reason, let
Yeah.
alone and that's like for my actual health, let alone
Mhm.
for something, sort of cosmetic like that. Yeah, I would not do that
I,
because
I don't see
I don't
me
want
getting shots at or scalpels aimed at my face unless I have something that needs to be removed or I'll die. So
to. Okay. Yeah, yeah, I get that. Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, good
Uh-huh.
one. Okay.
So we are not a true crime celebrity or influencer podcast. We are the new year of podcasts. In the new year, you are always hopeful. So we are hopeful.
Yes.
Jenny, you don't sound so hopeful.
Well, it's been a rough 48 hours, Anne, for crying out loud.
It's just started and already sucking. All right. So we've been told we're good to listen to when you want to learn things about stuff and you need something to listen to while you're killing it at the gym because you just got your gym membership renewed or you just started going again or you bought yourself new gym shoes or etc.
Okay. Do you want to know the best thing about last year, Anne?
What?
Is that once mom and dad moved in and once we got everything kind of resituated in the basement, I got to put my gym back together in the basement. And I got to tell you, nothing makes me happier than going down into my gym and working out and knowing that I am not at Planet Fitness right now. I fucking love that so much.
You know, I like my gym pretty well. It's probably the best gym I've ever belonged to, but all the high school kids also go there, and so I try to go like before school is over at any time, so I don't have to hang out with them because a bunch of boys just crowd around one machine. They do nothing. They fling a weight around for a little bit, and they just hog the machinery. But the worst thing about Christmas break is that they don't have any place to go, so they just all go to the gym and hang out. And I was like, boys, move.
I am. That's the way it was. I worked out very briefly at the YMCA in Kalamazoo. And it was like that. It was like you were constantly dealing with all the high school boys. And then when I got my membership at Planet Fitness, left the Y, went to Planet Fitness, same thing. I'm like, I just hate it so much. And frankly, I saw an ad for Planet Fitness the other day when I was watching TV, or we were in Chicago, and a commercial popped up at we were watching something before we went out, and I'm like, nobody at Planet Fitness looks like that. Come on, man.
No,
they're like,
not at all.
Hot and fit. I'm like, nope, nobody looks like that. Nope.
Nope.
They all look like me, doughy mouth breather, trying to get higher than 3.1 on the treadmill, and it's not going very well.
Yeah, exactly. So anyway, so that was the only thing I haven't liked about the gym the last 2 weeks is all the kids. And the girls are a little bit better. Like the girls, they'll like you can stare them off the equipment, but the boys are just too oblivious. So.
Yes. Well,
and then they all talk about like how much they're lifting, and it's just like,
yes,
oh, God, you do
how much
realize
protein did you eat?
Hear your ridiculousness.
No, they have no idea that people can hear them or that they are ridiculous. So that's So the fact that I've built myself my own little gym in my basement, and it is really a pleasure to go down there and work out. I'm like, oh my gosh, I love my little gym so much. And it's not anything fancy. I literally have built this thing one piece at a time over the last 5 years, and it's not sexy. There's a treadmill. There's a little bouncy thing. There's an area to stretch. There's some bands. I bought Joe a present. I bought him a little knockoff TRX system because he built some little anchors from the ceiling. So now he has that to work on too. And it's like I'm really proud of this little gym that I built. So, and it's become a pleasure after working out last year and quitting pretty much immediately because I was so miserable going to Planet Fitness because that place sucks so hard.
They don't even have pizza anymore.
I know. Not even pizza, which is gross anyway. So anyway, sorry, I interrupted you about killing it at the gym. So and then the other thing at the gym is that you have to overcome the fact that it is just banana pants during the month of January. So the resolvers are there, resolving hard, and I encourage you to do that. Get there, good for you. But man, it just makes it that much harder to get what you need to get done. So
exactly. Exactly. Yeah. Please do not use the weights to put your phone on so you can rest.
That's the other thing. That's the other big thing at the gym now is that you see influencers at the gym. And so you have people that are constantly on their phone, constantly recording themselves, constantly. And I'm just like, oh, fuck me, really?
You know what I'm going to do, Jenny? I'm going to tie up my t-shirt like a halter. So right under my boobs so my big tummy sticks out. I'm just going to walk back and forth behind them. What is it? Photobombing them with my big old tummy.
Make sure you smack it.
Exactly.
Pink belly.
Like, hey, can you help me with it? So that's what I'm going to do because I was going to make everybody uncomfortable. And I have the power to do that.
You do.
Nobody pays attention to a woman in her mid-50s until she's showing some skin.
showing some skin in your video.
Exactly. Anyway, we
Yes, I love
digress.
that. Yeah,
This
sorry,
podcast
we
is
got
not
off track.
okay. This podcast is not PG, or even PG-13 because we refuse to participate in fucking dry January, or at least I do. Jenny, are you participating?
I am not participating in dry January. I tend to, like I said, and this will be a segment that I've decided that we'll do for 2026, at least until October, is Jen's marathon progress. So, even though I am not going dry, I am committing to at least um, doing some things better as far as what I'm eating, what I'm drinking, those sorts of things. But I just really like to be able to go out and have, I'm not an alcohol abuser. I don't really drink at home. Um, if we go out during the week, or if we go out in the weekend, I'll have a drink, sometimes two, but I'm not one to go out and get drunk. I don't like to get drunk. I don't like how I feel when I'm drunk. I don't like how I feel the day after. So I do like to just go out and have a cocktail, though. If we went out last night to this really great little Belgian gastropub in Libertyville, Illinois, and I had a delicious beverage because some nice guy from Jefferson Bourbon was there buying them for everybody because he was the rep, and so I got a free Jefferson Bourbon and ginger ale, and it was delicious. So
Yay. Hurrah.
yeah, exactly. So, I'm not but I also don't get behind. I'm not going to criticize anybody for the choices that they make in terms of dry January. If that's what you want to do, do it. But don't get in my face if I'm not.
Mhm.
And I feel like I have to support the guys over at Louis Trophy House because they do take a hit in tips during dry
Mhm.
January. So
Yeah.
don't worry, Ryan, we're coming.
So you can join us on Spotify, our website, Apple Podcast, iHeartRadio, YouTube, and Amazon Music. You can like us and follow us and hit the bell and leave a review. Give us feedback with our questions and answers and our polls, and you can ask Alexa to play us. And if she's not too busy, she'll be happy to.
If she's not too busy trying to get you to buy the upgrade so that you can have the new AI-driven Alexa, because every time you ask for something now, it's like, "Hey, would you like to hear my new voice?" I'm like, "No, I don't want to hear your fucking new voice. I'm not paying for the upgrade until you force me to
Just
pay
turn
for the
on the
upgrade."
timer I asked you to turn on.
Seriously, just set the timer for 5 minutes, for fuck's sake. So, sorry, I'm triggered. Triggered. Hey, and I was just noticing something. Look, we're both wearing blue and our background is blue. I didn't even try to do that. We're just matching our background today.
Yeah,
So,
this
there
is
you
what I
go.
put on after we got back from Detroit. So I was like, yeah, I'm putting
Nice.
this on. It's comfy. No bra.
I love it. I love it. So, as Anne said, you can support the Brother Sisters, but you can do it for absolutely free. You don't have to give us any money. All you have to do is like, subscribe, follow, leave a review, smash that button, hit that bell on Spotify, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Amazon Music. Put the word out to your friends and family. Sharing is caring. Sharing is not caring, too, because if there's somebody that you don't like and you find us annoying, you can share us then. You're welcome. So there you go. We are the gift that keeps on giving, or we are the gift that keeps on annoying. One of the two. You decide. Okay. Let's talk about the smart, dumb, fun stuff that happened this week. And we're going to go ahead and go with you first.
Well, Jenny, it's the same as yours. My tile. We got our tiles from Pawavik Pottery. Jenny and I took a glazing class, which pretty much means we colored in the lines for an hour, and we did a good job. So these are
I know.
our
I can't believe how
tiles.
good my tile looks.
I know.
So
I'm so happy. I already have mine hanging up. I'm very excited about it. I was like,
I don't
oh,
have
look,
mine
those
yet.
look so good.
Yeah, they did turn out nice. I'm like, I went for the thicker glaze, and I noticed, Anne, that you maybe went for the little bit thinner glaze on some
I
things.
did. I
So I love it.
did. Mhm,
It looks amazeballs. Well done.
mhm,
Yeah, I was super. It was really fun, but it really was tile glazing for dummies, and I'm like, this is
mhm,
perfect. This is exactly
mhm.
what I need. And it was. It was like, you put a little drop of glaze in there, and then if you want more, you put some more, and then you put some more, and then you let it dry. And if you got outside the lines, then you take your little tool and you scrape off the extra. And I'm going to tell you, all that scraping paid off because look how clean
Mhm.
my lines are on mine. I'm super impressed with myself right now.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I was going to
So.
take out other people's work and compare it to mine, but I decided not to because it didn't matter. I knew mine was, I knew ours were the best, so that's okay. But yeah, it was just, we went to Detroit, we picked up the pottery, we walked around again. I remember those big pottery turtles that we found. So I was like, oh, my
Yes.
turtle's still there. And then we went to Full Measure Brewery and hung out with our friends Mike and Annette. And I had lemon pound cake with blueberries on top.
That sounds good.
It was
I
good. It
like pound cake.
was
Yeah.
really good.
Yeah,
Mhm,
pound cake is one of those underrated cakes because it usually doesn't have any frosting or any drizzle or
mhm,
anything on it, but it's super flexible because a good pound cake doesn't need any of that, and B, if
mhm,
you want to put some in there, you can.
mhm.
So, yay, pound
Yes,
cake.
it was
So,
very nice. And I took a nap today too. So,
oh wow,
yeah.
you got a nap. That was awesome.
Mhm,
Yeah, I didn't get a nap today. Joe and I went to Costco after we got back from Chicago, and we got new phones today, which means we had to talk to the AT&T guy at Costco. 90 minutes of my life I'm never getting back, but we did save $125 on our phone, so and stuff. And because we did phone and internet together, so for at least 3 years we're locked in. Until then, we'll have to go through this process again. So
mhm.
there you go.
Super fun.
So
Super
fun
fun.
indeed. So, all right. Well, here we are. We have talked for 20 minutes about absolutely nothing, which is awesome because
Mhm,
that's what we do. And let's jump into these 10 questions. So I'm going to go ahead and bring us back here
mhm.
and do one of those. And then what I did, Ann, is I put our questions in banners. So would you like me to ask you questions first, or do you want to ask me questions first?
You asked me a question first.
All right, let's go.
Oh,
Questions with Ann. Is there a kitty back
sorry.
there
Do you hear
again?
that? Do you hear
Yes.
that? My
Yes.
cat has brought me his toy mouse, and he's now I have to tell him that he's a good kitty. You're so smart. Such a
That's
smart
the black
kitty.
kitty. That's Cuckoo, isn't
Yes.
it?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Love it. All right. So, okay, and here we go. Let's start with this. And I thought this was perfect because we've had these conversations about comfy time. That it's
Mhm,
we live in this era like the Gen Zers and the Alphas and stuff. They like to do cozy time. So,
mhm.
and with that said, here's your question. Here it is. Number one: when life gets overwhelming, what's a comfort, habit, or ritual that you turn to?
Well, I like to read. So if I can like get on my couch with my blanket and my oat milk or soy milk latte decaf and my kitties and just read, oh man, burn a candle. I like to have beeswax candles. I'm like, man, I could do that all freaking day. In fact, a couple times in 2025, towards the end of 2025, I did. I was like, I don't have to go anywhere. It's snowing outside. This is what I'm going to do. So that's my comfy, my comfy when I'm overwhelmed and I just want to like, hey, chill. I don't need anything coming at me. I just want it to be kind of quiet. Have my comfy kitties purring on me. That's it.
Love it. Okay,
Mhm.
that's
Yeah.
good. I love that. I love that for you. Okay,
Mhm.
good.
Yeah.
All right.
So
Now, Anne, are you ready to ask me my first question?
I am Jenny Brothers. I'm totally ready.
Okay, give me 1 second because they have this new feature. Every time I turn around, what's this? StreamYard does something new, and now they have timers on the banners. So I'm going to go ahead and turn that particular timer off.
Okay.
And here it is, question number one. Go
Well,
ahead,
Jenny and
Amber.
I both love sandwiches. And so, Jenny, if you could make the ultimate sandwich, what would be on it?
Well, and what I did here is I picked an easy sandwich and I picked a build your sandwich. So the
Mm-hmm.
easy sandwich is a green chili cheeseburger um, from either the Owl Bar in San Antonio, New Mexico, or the Buckhorn Bar in San Antonio, New Mexico. So those are very simple. They are cheese, they are burger, they are green chili, and they're amazing. So okay, now so that's the easy way out. As far as the ultimate sandwich, here we go. And I had to think about this because I love sandwiches a million.
Mm-hmm.
And so this is what I would start with: a baguette. Lightly toasted, not overly toasted, just enough to make it a little crunchy and chewy on the inside. Number two, I would fill it with some slow roasted brisket. Then I would top it with some tomato, some fresh mozzarella, and then on both sides, because you got to do both sides when you're saucing it, it would be a mayo and pesto, and then I would mix it together, and then it would just be pesto aioli because that's the fancy way of saying mayonnaise. And then I would top it with some sort of greens with lettuce, probably some fresh basil, banana peppers for a little kick, and that would be my sandwich.
Jenny,
So,
that sounds amazing.
yeah. This girl
Amazing.
knows many things, and one of them is how to sandwich, y'all.
How to sandwich. Yeah, I
Yeah.
would eat both of those sandwiches. So,
Excellent. Good.
mhm,
That's good. Yeah. I had a lot of fun with this question. And it took me way too long to
mhm,
figure out what sandwich. And I was like, because you can go to Subway and build your sandwich because that's what I started calling Subway, that it's a sandwich. But sometimes when you don't feel like a bunch of garbage, you get, a sandwich because you can get a lot of vegetables on your sandwich
mhm.
at a Subway. So that's one of the upsides for sure. All right, let's go back to my questions for Anne. I'm going to find your question number two. At first, I got to turn the timer off. I wish they would just default to the timer off. That's
Oh
annoying.
yeah.
So They don't do that. All right, here we go. And question 2. Here
Uh-huh.
it is. All right, question 2. What piece of advice that you once, so what's a piece of advice that you once brushed off that you realize now was annoyingly correct?
You know, Jenny, I have to admit that most people do not give me advice. Um, that's the funny thing. I must seem like either A, I don't need your advice, or B, I'm not going to take it anyway. But honestly, I don't think anybody has ever given me very much advice. I think everybody just thought I was going to end up knocked up at 16, or, so why worry about it? I mean, I went over this all afternoon. I have this thing I tell people as a joke. I'm like, when I was about 5, my mom and I quietly agreed that she would never try to teach me anything, and I would try never to learn anything from her. So I'm trying to think of any piece of advice that I ever got that I kind of brushed annoyingly correct. I think the closest thing I came to this, and I don't even think it's annoyingly correct, is that when I was in my mid 20s, Jenny is like, "Hey, you need to exercise more," and I was like, "Why?" And so she started making me like go on walks with her, and it was like it was a good piece of advice for me, but I didn't think it was annoying. I just thought, "Oh yeah, that's a good thing. I should do that. I feel good when I do this." So, but yeah,
Yeah.
most people, I honestly, Jenny, I think everybody just thought I was eventually going to accidentally shoot myself in the foot or end up in prison. I honestly think that, married 4 or 5 times. So why waste your breath? You know?
Yeah, that's funny. That's really funny.
I don't know if it is or not. But
Uh,
yeah, did you get advice from anybody?
um, Aunt Julie once
Mhm.
and I did not ask for it. She basically, I was living in Ypsilanti. We'd just gotten back from the tour. I was working at Builders Square and basically doing nothing with my life. And she called me out on it. She called me out and said, "Hey, you need to, you should do this, this, and this because of this, this, and this." And I was like, "Yeah, you're probably right." And so I would say that sort of gave me some forward momentum, was that advice that she gave me, because, she wasn't wrong.
Mhm.
She basically, I talked about how I was living in Ipsy and I'm like, "Yeah, I'm comfortable here. Everything's fine." And she's like, "Yeah, you're comfortable here. You're not doing anything." And so she's like, "If you want to grow and change it all, you need to get out of it. She's like, "You know how to do it. So go do it." And so I did.
Very good. Yeah,
So
I
yeah, yeah.
yeah. So there you go. And the truth is, I try not to give advice to people. Like I'm very much of. I learned very early in my life that I have to experience it to learn. I
Yeah.
am very bad at learning from other people's mistakes, but I am good at learning from my mistakes. So,
Awesome. Yeah, as am I sometimes.
mhm,
I will often ask people, like, "Are you looking for advice now? Do you want my advice?" I'm like,
mhm,
or do you just want to talk about it? Because,
mhm.
if you just want to talk about it, that's fine too. If you just need somebody to sound off, I'm like, I can do that.
Yeah,
Sound off on me. So, yes. All right. So, Anne, are you ready for my question number 2?
I am Jenny Brothers.
Okay, here it is. Number 2.
Here it is. What character from a movie, book, or show do you relate to most, and why?
Okay. This was a tough question for me because there's characters that I really like and respect, and then
Mhm,
there are characters that I relate to. So here we go. And I'll talk about how I relate to them in some way. So my number 1, I actually put down 4.
mhm.
Number 1, Arya Stark from Game of Thrones. And here's
That
why.
was my
Not be
first thing.
Yeah. Not because I'm a murdering psycho. And she wasn't a psycho. She was just good at her job.
Mhm,
It's because this was and right behind her is Brienne of Tarth, because it's
mhm.
like, here's 2 women that were um put into their box. Your box is, you're going to be a lady. You're going to be a lady. You have to be a great lady. You're going to run a great house. And when Arya Stark looks at Ned Stark and she's like, "Well, that's not me." I spent my entire childhood, and that framed me. That actually really framed me as a kid. Was this? I wanted to be. Well, I didn't want to be somebody's wife. I didn't want to play with dolls. I didn't want to do anything that I was supposed to do just because I was a girl. I was a really good athlete. I was fast. I was strong. I could outcompete the boys in everything when I was a kid. I was a faster runner. I could throw harder. I could catch. I could do all of these things that boys couldn't do. And it made me so angry that I was considered some sort of freak because I had these ambitions and these talents that I wasn't supposed to have because I was a girl. And so I relate to Arya's frustration in her circumstances and was so happy for her when Ned gives in and allows her to start taking dancing lessons, the swords, learning how to use her sword. I'm like, and I love the fact that Jon Snow knew her well enough that he had a sword made for her. I'm like, what a great dude,
Mhm.
that Jon Snow, the outcast of the family, understanding what it's like to be, placed in something having nothing to do with his, who he is or his circumstances, and reaching out and giving her this thing. And so, same with Brianna Tarth. Brianna Tarth is the same way. She didn't look like the other women. She was tall and gangly and strong, and so her father taught her how to fight. Taught her to be this great warrior instead. And so I relate to those two characters for that reason, because I was a young woman who looked like a boy who and the thing is, I've always fought two stereotypes. I fought that tomboy stereotype, and B, I've always fought the lesbian stereotype because I was a good athlete and because I liked having my hair short so it wasn't always dirty and hanging in my face, that I have to be this. Well, you must be this because of these things. And so I've been fighting those things my whole life, and it gets old. It gets old, and so those are the two characters I relate to most. Now, as far as characters that I respected and kind of wanted to be, number one was Princess Leia, and number two was Scully from the X-Files. So
There you go.
yeah,
There you go, Jenny
So,
Brothers.
yep, there you go. Those, and I was super curious as to what you thought of those. What were yours?
Probably. I was always girly, and I always liked being girly, and so that saved me there. But I think I was never proper. Does that make sense? I was girly, but not
Yes.
proper.
Yes.
I was, and I think the person I probably most identified with was Scarlett O'Hara. So it's like
Okay.
she
Yeah.
was good at being a woman in her time and place, but when it was time to keep her family out of poverty, all of a sudden she wasn't a lady anymore, and I could understand wanting more than what is expected of you, and
Yeah.
not being appreciated for it. So
I hear that. Yeah, for sure.
so it's like,
Yeah.
hey, she was carrying her entire family on her back, supporting them financially and everything that they needed, and yet somehow she was still wrong. So people who took her money told her that she was wrong. So I was like, I could kind of understand that. I'm doing what you said, but I'm not doing exactly what you want. So therefore, I'm wrong. So she was probably the one I most identified with. And also her selfishness. She could be extremely self-centered. And I was like, I can understand that, because she was, if you're not, how in the fuck do you get stuff done? It's like, she was so busy being this weeping lady, she would never get anything done. And I was like, yeah, I understand and wanting what you want. And in order to, if you want, it means you have to be a little self-centered. It means you have to, her wanting anything other than what she was supposed to be given was unladylike. So I was like, I can understand wanting and working for something that you want and being told that you're wrong to do it.
Agreed. I 100% agree with that.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So let's move on to question 3. And we're going to start with your question 3. Here it is, question 3. What is one thing about who you are now that younger you would be proud of? Now, I asked you sort of a similar question to this a while ago when we did 10 questions, and it was like, what would your 16-year-old self think of you now? But instead, what would your 16-year-old self be proud of you in terms of you as an adult?
I think my 16-year-old self would be surprised that I got as far as I did without ending up in jail. It's like, I think my 16-year-old self would be, I guess there's a line from a play, what was it? The Broadway version of Chicago. I never thought I'd make it to this age. So I guess my 16-year-old self did, what 16-year-olds are good at imagining, life after 16. So I guess my 16-year-old self would be like, wow, I did not expect any of this. This is not who you are as a 56-year-old, 40 years later. I was like, I wouldn't recognize you. None of this stuff it's like, I think my 16-year-old self would be happy that I still pretty much do as I please. Does that make sense? That I don't, Duncan once described me as somebody who wasn't afraid to do what they wanted because other people would think it was stupid, or they would make fun of me, or they would think it was lame or whatever. It's like, you never apologize for doing the things that you like and liking the things that you like. And I think my 16-year-old self would be glad I'm still that way. Then I do the things that I like, the things that make me happy. I have, because that's what I want to do. If I listen to the music that I like, all the things that I enjoy are not because I think somebody else thinks that I'm cool to like them. Does that make sense? I'm very much it's like,
I can relate.
Hey, if I want to dance around to Katy Perry, I will, because I like some of her songs.
Me too. Firecracker's a great song. So
it is a great song. So that's the thing, Duncan's like, you're never afraid to like what you like. And that was something that I learned very early. And I think something that my younger self would still be glad that I still do that.
Teenage Dream's another really good song by Katy Perry.
And that's one of my favorites. Those two are my favorites. I was like, I love those songs.
Mm-hmm. Those are both really great songs. I know. I was dancing. As we were driving home today, Toxic by Britney Spears came up on my mix. Dude, that song's amazing.
Exactly. I'm just I don't want to have, I'm not cool. I don't have, if you don't have to be cool, then you can do whatever you want.
Yeah, being uncool is freedom. It really is freedom.
Totally freedom. It's like, and then the thing is, when you're a woman in your mid-50s, who's fucking paying attention? It's like,
nobody. Absolutely.
Do whatever I want,
Yeah.
And all 20-year-olds, I work with mostly 20-year-olds. All 20-year-olds should have a 56-year-old friend. So.
Yeah, having an older friend is a big deal because they do. When I first started teaching, I had some of my coworkers that became my older friends, and it was a blast. Like, you guys know things. I love that. So
yeah, so exactly. So I think my younger self would be happy that I'm still very much my own person.
I love that. Excellent, Ann Brothers. Well done. All right. Question 3 from you to me. Here it is.
Here it is.
All right.
What's an Olympic sport that doesn't exist but should, and why?
I chose 4 Olympic sports, Ann. I know, because me and sportsing. I love it. Number 1, mixed martial arts, baby. Let's go. This sport is brutal. It's terrible. It's basically cockfighting, and I love it so much. And I want to see it be an Olympic sport. Yeah. And what I love already is that it's already a really, because it's many disciplines, there are many very good MMA fighters from around the world. It's already an international sport. It makes perfect sense. To make it an Olympic sport. That's number 1. Number 2 is Ironman, because I'm like, yes, we have marathon. Yes, we have all things. Let's do it all together. Let's put it all together and let's do a full Ironman. So the full Ironman is the 5-mile swim, the 100-mile bike ride, and the full marathon, right back to back. So that's number 2. Number 3, extreme ultramarathon. And hear me out. Extreme ultramarathon are races that are 195 miles or more. And it would be an open category, meaning that men and women compete against each other because statistically, men outcompete women in shorter ultramarathons. So the ones from, say, 100 to 150 miles. But once you get above that 195-mile mark, it balances out. You actually get a higher percentage of women that tend to be successful in those over their male counterparts. So extreme ultramarathon, over 195 miles, open division, meaning that everybody competes against everybody. Good luck. So, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Number 4, this is my favorite one, competitive dance troupe. You know how you have like Jason Mendoza Dance Resolution? I want that. I want, and the thing is, it's really fun to watch when you watch those dance troupes do their thing and they get going, and it is like, that's amazing. Yeah. It's so great. So, we had the debacle that was breakdancing in the last Olympics, but here's the thing. If not for that crazy chick from Australia that embarrassed everybody and basically embarrassed an entire sport right out of the Olympics, it's a shame because the people that are really legitimate breakdancers are physically incredible, and what they can do is physically incredible. So I was really disappointed in that showing because there were some athletes there that were doing incredible things And then you had that woman that fucked it all up for everybody. But anyway.
Yeah.
So anyway,
No, I
yeah,
think
so
those would be fun.
yeah. Yeah. So those are my four. And I just think, there's a little something for everybody there,
Mhm.
Um
I would love
yeah.
the dancing. I would love the dancing. Actually, I think I would enjoy all of them, but
Yeah.
especially the dancing one.
Yeah. Yeah. It just, I was thinking it's like, okay, so you have, because the Olympics is this mix of both art and strength and athleticism. And why not? So you have to have that something artistic like that because that's part of it. It's like you have these artistic and athletic endeavors like figure skating and like ballroom dance should be a thing.
Mhm.
I'm like, ooh, dance troupe because those guys are as athletic and what they do is as impressive as any other athletic competition. So
I
to me,
agree.
there's room for all of it. So if you can
Mhm.
have, dressage, you can have competitive dance troupe. So
Yeah, we
there
can
you
have
go.
dressage. We could definitely have. If I could see a horse dance, which I enjoy, I could definitely
Which I
see a
do.
competitive
Dressage is,
dance.
yeah, dressage is fascinating to me. I'm like, how,
Mhm.
that, because you have this incredible communication between horse and rider. It's really, I love athletics and I love all of it. It
Mhm.
doesn't matter what it is. It doesn't matter. It can be fencing, fighting, whatever. I love it all. So there you go.
There you
Okay.
go.
All right.
Excellent.
All right. All right. We have question 4 for Ann Brothers. Here it is. Hang on. I got to fix that timer again because I lost my
Mhm.
last one. Timer,
Mhm.
save. Question 4. There it is. Okay. If you could freeze one ordinary, nothing special moment from your life, which one would you pick and why that one? Go.
Well, I thought about this for a while, and I don't. It's slightly special because we were in a special place, but you and Duncan and I were on Isle Royal, and we hiked out press the point out there,
Scoville Point.
Scoville Point,
Yeah.
and the only thing we took with it, it's not a very long hike. I think it's 3 miles out, 3 miles back. It's a little tricky because you're walking on rock and stuff, but anyway, it's not terribly. It's a good hike, and when you
It's
get
not
to the
super
end,
technical, no.
yeah, you get to this point on this, big basalt outcrops, and you're just looking out straight across Lake Superior. And we did that last time we all went. We did that hike, and it was a good hike, and it was like you were sweaty, and it was you walking through the woods, and then you get out into the lake, and we sat there for about 30 minutes, drinking cold water and eating Luna bars. And it was like August, so it was warm. The
Yeah.
rock was warm, the sun was warm, but there was a tiny bit of winter in the wind. And I was just like, man, I wish I could live here. I wish I could be in this moment forever. And then there was this other time, I had two. I was doing the loop at my house, walking the loop around just dirt roads, country dirt roads. And it was in the late fall, and the corn had been harvested from this one field. And there were all these red winged blackbirds in the field, and they would fly up and come back down and eat for a second or two, and then fly back up and come back down. And it was so beautiful. It was so beautiful. It was like one moment, one movement of all these, like probably 150 birds. And it was just so gorgeous. And I'd never really quite seen anything like it. And so I stood there for like 10 minutes watching these birds do this. And it was, oh man, I'll never forget it. It's like one of those things when I'm like doing my yoga at the end, where you're supposed to do corpse pose, you're supposed to clear your
Yes.
mind. It's one of the things I think of because it was just so freaking beautiful and amazing and so ordinary. And I was just like, never forget
You
this. So those are
it's
my two.
cool. That's good. It's cool to be there when you happen to be stumbled by a really cool moment like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Love that.
It's nothing.
Yeah.
It's probably nothing I'll ever see again. It wasn't orchestrated. It wasn't. It was just time and place and moment, and I just got lucky. So
Nicely done.
mhm.
Well done. All right, here's my fourth question.
Jenny, what's one thing you'd changed your mind about?
Okay, number 1. I've changed my mind about quitting teaching for now because it's a terrible time to be in the private sector because our economy's shit. AI is replacing everything and everyone. So I'm going to stick with teaching and going to make the best of it. And that's okay.
Okay.
I just have to do it. I have to do it better. I have to do it so it doesn't eat up every spare moment of my life. So
Right.
that's what I'm going to remember how to do that because there's some point in my life I think I did that, but then again, I don't really know. Number 2, the idea that when they go low, you go high. Fuck that. Fuck that. I kind of got into that for a while too. I'm like, yeah, we don't have to go there. I'm like, nah, fuck that shit. So there we go. Okay. Yeah. So that's one. Therapy, even though I still hate it, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I get it.
Mhm.
I still don't like it though, because it makes me feel bad and makes me talk about things I don't want to talk about ever.
Mhm.
Okay, enough. And finally, sushi, but that was a long time ago. So when I was in my late 20s, early 30s, I did not like sushi. And then I started dating this guy named Luke, who was an asshole, but he did introduce me to two things that are amazing. Number one, sushi, and number two, Kirsty McCall. So thanks, Luke, you big asshole. Anyway.
Yeah, I did not like him. I did not
No,
like him.
nobody did, because he is an asshole. He's out there
He's an
somewhere
asshole.
right now being an asshole. So there you go.
Yep.
Yeah. But thanks for the sushi, and thanks for introducing me to Kristen McCall, because even though she has passed on, her music lives, and she was amazing. So
Yeah,
there you go.
exactly.
Yes. So those are the things that I have changed my mind about quitting teaching, and yeah, fuck going high. Okay, never mind. Okay.
Right, exactly. Now,
Yes.
speaking as a person who's never taken the high road, I was like, why the fuck are we taking the high road for? You know how much harder it is to walk uphill?
Oh, excellent perspective on that, Ann Brothers. I never thought about that. But yeah, and it doesn't work anyway. So geez
Yeah.
Louise, man. As we are learning
Mm-hmm.
firsthand in the world we live in right now. So great. All right, Ann, I have your fifth question. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right, hang on. I gotta switch this timer off. There it is. Saved that. Here's your question. Okay.
Oh God.
What's the topic for your TED Talk?
Okay,
And I
I
asked you
think
that because I know how you feel about TED Talk. So I'm like, oh yeah, here we go.
okay, I hate TED Talks. I hate TED Talks. And I will give you the prime example of why I hate a TED Talk. I was listening to this white woman talk about how boredom was the most important thing for for creativity. But in order for her to be truly bored, she had to go to India and to seclude herself in India so she could truly be bored. And I was like, I wish I could slap that woman and never stop, because I was like, only some stupid rich white woman can go to India to be bored for 3 months so she could be truly creative. Man, I hate TED Talks. What would I talk about on my TED Talk? I would talk about how to start a health and or religious grift. That's what I would do. And then I'd get everybody to join my health religion, and I would take your money, you dumb fuckers.
Trigger warning for Ann Brothers and TED Talks. Yes, awesome.
Yeah, so if you're into those, I have some supplements that you should buy from me.
What would you wear for your TED Talk,
Oh
Ann?
my gosh, I would wear my cotton panties and my support bra and my good shoes, and that's it. And y'all gotta look at me because I'm a goddess. I'm a
Who
born
has her own TED
goddess who's
Talk?
full of creativity.
Oh, I love that a million. Okay.
Yeah. Tell me I'm an emperor with no clothes. Fuck you. So
this
that's how I feel
this
about
is
TED Talks, people.
okay. So yeah, Ann does not like TED Talks. I just get so wait, we have a comment, and the comment is from Amber French. The lady clearly never watched a raindrop start at the top of the window and trip all the way to the bottom of the window in the backseat on a road trip. I know, right, Amber? Right? Like,
Right. I was like, bored. How can you say that to people that have to have 3 jobs and still don't have health insurance? They're like, oh man, I wish you were here right now so I could never stop kicking you in the head. I would rip off my own arm and beat you to death with it. Oh, yeah, sorry. See, this is why people don't give me advice. They're afraid I'll do that to them.
yeah. I'm like, here's some advice for you. I'm gonna rip your leg off and shove it up your butt. So there you
Yeah,
go.
exactly. Are you bored now?
Oh, there you go, Liz. That's it. Yes, Liz, supplements made out of wombat poo, Ann's favorite.
I was thinking
square
supplements made with my cat's hair. So I was like, here, take this capsule.
So there's a woman that I like her. She's a doctor, and she flips up on my reels all the time. She's actually really a good doctor, and she's very sensible, and it's so funny because she will often show clips of these influencers and their grift, and then she'll sort of kind of walk through and debunk the grift, which is great. And it's amazing how much horseshit is on the internet when it comes
Mhm.
to, like people like drinking their own urine and washing their face in their own urine. And you're just like, what the fuck is going on?
Ball sunning, men like going outside so they can sun their testicles because so they
Wait,
can get maximum potency. I'm like, you guys are idiots. I hope you get ball cancer.
is that real?
Yeah, Jenny, it's a real thing. Ball sunning. You don't think I can
Mm,
come up with something clever to make rich people? And rich people love wasting money on health grips. They love it.
on, on ball sunning.
Yeah,
Of course, you can ball
exactly.
sun for free, can't you? Or do you have to have a special lamp to ball sun? So, like, how you
Exactly,
go
Jenny.
and
I'm
like you
going to
go to a
convince
tanning
you
salon?
that you
Okay.
have to wear a ring that monitors how much ball sunning you've done in a week and then monitors you and compares you with other dudes that are ball sunning too to make sure you're getting the maximum amount of ball sunning. Maybe that's what my TED talk will be on. Can I say that one more time?
Yes, please do. Please say ball sunning one more time. Please, please,
Ball
please, please.
sunning, exactly.
Yeah. I did not
Uh,
know that. Okay. All right. Oh, Lord Whirl. I have an indoor sun lamp if you want to ball sun. There we
ball
go.
sun, exactly, exactly. That's what's wrong. What are the straights okay? Is there something wrong with the straights? And by straights, I mean white men. So,
I can't stop laughing. Okay. Yeah, it's just, I was at the doctor. I was at a yearly physical months ago, and no, I was talking to I went to kind of visit with the nutritionist, just kind of wanted to just sit, talk, compare, contrast, and I really liked him because he was such and one of the things that we talked about, I'm like, I there's things that I know I want to do better, things like that, and I just said I wanted to ask you and not the internet because the internet is terrifying. It's
mhm,
so full of garbage, and it's like,
mhm,
and it's hard to know what's real and what's not because Google sponsors everything, and basically Google,
yeah,
if you have enough money, your shit goes to the top, no matter
mhm,
how fucked up in banana pants it is. So
mhm,
yeah,
mhm.
okay,
Yeah.
all
So,
right,
that's what my TED talk would be about, Jenny,
okay, that's awesome. So ball sunning or other grifts. All right,
or other
so.
grips.
Oh, I love that. All right, let me get this last question going off here.
Mhm.
Here it is. Question number 5. There we go.
Jenny, what's something you're proud of, even if it's a little bit weird?
Okay, number 1, I have a few of these too. As you can see, I have trouble just committing to a single answer, especially when we're trying to make it an hour. So there we go. All right,
Exactly.
number 1. I'm proud of the fact that I'm a fully formed adult who can manage a Thanksgiving dinner. I can put together a Thanksgiving dinner. It does not intimidate me, nor has it ever intimidated me to make turkey and stuffing and gravy and all of that. And not just gravy out of a jar, like homemade gravy, homemade stuffing, using the thing. And so, and especially in this day and age where there's literally recipes everywhere and TV shows everywhere showing you how to do these things, I love the fact that I'm not afraid to go, yeah, I can do that. So that's number 1. I'm proud of the fact that I can put together a large scale dinner and then I can manage my time to get everything out about the time I wanted to get it out. So, and it's not terrible either. So, I'm also proud of the fact that I have a signature dish that I can take to other people's homes or invite them to my home to eat. Uh Number 2, I'm just really proud of the fact that I managed to get myself this far. The world is full of like traps and trips and drugs and choices and roadblocks and the fact that I've managed to get myself this far is pretty good, I think. It's pretty good. Even though I know that doesn't seem it's not like, you know, I've climbed Mount Everest and done an ultra marathon and, started 5 nonprofits that have taught a million children how to read. I haven't done any of that, but I'm still proud of the fact that in my own little corner of the world, I'm doing okay,
You do.
and like to think
That's
that
great.
maybe I've helped some other people do okay. So, and then finally, I'm glad that people feel like they can trust me. Like I'm reliable. It's like that scene in one of the war movies, and this one guy that like they've asked him to kind of hold down this corner. He's like, well, why do I have to do it? And they're like, because you're reliable. I'm like, okay, yeah, that's me. I'm reliable. So, um, I show up and I'm reliable, and that's I think that's worth noting because there's a lot of people in this world that think it's okay not to do that.
Yeah.
I'm not that person.
Mhm.
So there you go. Those are the things that I'm proud of, even if it's a little weird.
I don't think any of those are weird. I think it's, it's like, hey, you can feed people, which is important. You can teach people, which is important, and you'll show up when you say you're going to show up, which is important. It's like they may seem like little things, but if you can't do those things, how are you going to start? How are you going to run an ultra marathon?
Oh, you know what the last one is? That I'm coachable.
Oh.
I'm coachable. So, and I have been for a long time. So,
Mhm.
and I think that's really important. I think it's especially important as you're an adult. It's important to even just to allow yourself to be coached as an adult, because we
That's
don't.
hard.
Yeah, it is, because adults are like, well, I'm an adult. I have it all figured out. I don't need to
Right.
change. But I'm like, what if you do? What if you do need to change? What if you do need something, and that maybe you could be a little better at this with a little bit of coaching and a little. I'm not saying I'm going to run out and give me a life coach, because there's another TED Talk, Griff, that you
Oh
can.
my gosh,
talk
that's what I
about.
should totally fucking be. Need somebody to yell at you? You can pay me $1,500 an hour. I will yell the fuck out of you.
But, and the reason I say that is because I had a couple of really good teacher coaches along the way who have really made me better teachers. And it's amazing, and one of them was like in year 10 when I was working with her. And it's just like, yeah, I still have so much to learn about all of this, And so that has always been in the back of my mind, is that to allow yourself to be coached, because, it's one of the ways that we get better. And it doesn't matter if you're a 15-year-old athlete or a 56-year-old teacher, you can still be coached to get better at something. So there you
Exactly. I agree.
go. Okay.
Yeah, I don't think those are weird at all. I think those are very those are great. Those are great things to be proud of. You should be.
Yeah, let's
It's
go.
true. They're all true.
It is. Thanks, Anne. Thank you. So awesome. All right, I got to bring back my media assets, because Ann Brothers, look at that. We've burned through 56 minutes and 19 seconds of show. Wait. Yeah. Good job. All right, excellent. Well done. I know I've almost forgotten about the sound effects. Wait, that one wasn't very good.
Yeah.
Laugh track. That's amazing. Okay. So well done, everybody. You've done it. You have spent another hour learning things about stuff with the Brother Sisters. And remember, you guys, we want to hear from you. Thank you for our comments that we had today, Lori, Amber, Liz. That's awesome. We love hearing from you. Love it during the live show. We also love your questions, concerns, comments, and confessions. That's right. We want to know what your TED Talk would be and how you feel about it. If you're ball tanning out there, ball sunning. If you're ball sunning out there, we want to know about it. We want to know. Confess to us about your ball sunning habits. Okay. So.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't buy that. I'm like, what? What's it gonna do? Is it gonna make like your testosterone start up again or something as you get older?
I have no idea. Not being a man, I have not enjoyed the worship of my sex organs as a woman. So
you haven't been down there with a mirror, because frankly, that's not ever going to go well.
The truth is that it's like it's like the holiest of holy, but yet somehow it's the dirtiest of dirty. So it's just so like
confusing. It's so confusing.
Exactly. So nobody's asking me to tan my vagina. So or sun my. I'd be happy to, but
Ooh, there's another TED Talk for you right now.
Right.
It can't be ball setting though. It's got to be a different one. It's got to be vaginal glowing. Yes.
Vaginal glow. I'm adding some vaginal glow. Yeah, exactly.
That's right. So with that in mind, people, don't forget that you can support us for absolutely free. All you got to do is leave a review. Spotify, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Amazon Music. You too can share our love of ball sunning and vaginal glowing.
Exactly.
You can see Anne's TED Talk on both of those things, including what. Oh, wait, we have a comment. All right. Lori says, "Don't burn your lips."
Exactly.
Oh,
yes, Lori. Excellent. That is advice I'm going to take, Lori. Thank you.
Well done. Way to give that advice. Lori Worrell, you're our hero. You're today's hero. So yay. Exactly. Well done. You can put the word out to your friends. You don't have to pay us any money if you want to support us. All you got to do is just put the word out that we are delivering this amazing content week after week, year after year, because we love you. Okay. Exactly. Join us next week, you guys. We'll be talking to you about things and stuff, which is code for saying we don't have anything planned for next week, but don't worry, we will come back strong. The good news is 2 weeks from today, we will be reviewing the new Gerard Butler movie, Greenland 2. And there's
Yeah.
it's some other name, but I don't remember. It's Greenland 2,
Migration.
The Journey. Migration, thank you. Greenland 2, Migration with Gerard Butler,
Mm-hmm.
because we will never stop being obsessed with his terrible movies. So
Terrible.
It is
And the first one was terrible. So I was like, how in the fuck did they get another one?
yeah, I know. Somehow that worked out, but you know what? It is not for us to judge, Aunt. It is only for us to dance to this amazing song. That's right. That's right. So again, you guys, thanks for joining us this week. And again, we will be back next week with more things about stuff so that you can learn those things about stuff. Just a quick reminder, I am Janice Brothers, and with me is my sister.
And brothers.
That's right. And we want you to get out there, do something smart, do something dumb, do something fun. We're out of here.